Hey guys, it's TF Now. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing another action figure review. This is going to be of the Marvel Legends series, pretty much the Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, as well as Rintrah series, Despair. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I don't know a lot about this character. I just got him because he looked very cool. I did read up on the character, though, before getting this figure. Very much a Doctor Strange villain, as well as scrapped with Spider-Man and Man-Thing and a few other characters I can't name off the top of my head right now. So it definitely will work in my collection. Maybe I should look up some more comics on this character because it looks very cool. Anyway, let's go ahead and get right into the packaging. Top half, it's very standard with what we have with Marvel Legends. Top left has Build-A-Figure Rintrah, warning choking hazards, as well as ages 4 and up on the top right, as well as Legend series there. Figure in the box with the contents you can see there with a purple backdrop for the cardboard there in the packaging. Bottom half here, you can see the rest of the figure as well as Marvel and Despair, as well as the Hasbro logo on the bottom right. Very cool artwork on this side, which is going to be the same for the other side, as you can see of the character right there, looking very cool. Here's the full back of the packaging for you guys. You can pause right here if you want to pretty much take all this in. The top half here, you can see really nice the artwork again from the side. This time we have a better view of it. I think it looks really good. Top right says Marvel Legends series. Of course, we have a multilingual read up if you want to pause and read that. Bottom half here has the rest of the Build-A-Figure series. I already reviewed Wong and Mordo. I don't know if I'll get the rest of the series, though. And then we do have a barcode here in case you need it. Let's go ahead and get this figure out of the packaging. Okay, so here's the figure out of the packaging. I think it's a pretty decent figure. It's not super amazing, I'll have to admit. It's a little basic in some areas, but overall I do like the figure. Let's take a look at some of the accessories that he comes with, as well as the Build-A-Figure piece. Then we'll take a close look at the figure. So here is one of the legs to Rintrah. I can't for the life of me decipher which. This is the right leg. Okay, cool. I just saw the R on there. Pretty cool looking, you know. I may build it. I don't know yet. Seems like there's some pretty decent articulation that they've engineered in here. Other than that, we do have a pair of fist hands. These are these claw type hands we've gotten before with different characters. A little bright, isn't it? Just molded in this way. You can see some of the stretching, as if they're like gloves, of course, on the hands here. Nice fingernails and claws, basically. I can't remember. If maybe a Black Panther figure came with some of these, and there's some other characters, of course. I can't think off the top of my head right now that have come with these. You know, pretty decent for a reused hand, which I'm fine with. We do also have this new cape. I believe it's new. I've never seen this before. It looks pretty good. I'm trying to... The white's a little hard to catch on camera with my light. There's a little bit of some wrinkles. Mostly just some big waves and whatnot going on. Some nice tethering and rips that are sculpted into the coat here. The inside has really nice details. Zooming in on here, look at all those details. Pretty much sculpted in there, man. I think it looks really good. We do have this neck piece right here. And this is interesting, right? You would think there's a peg that goes, into the hole here. But how they did it is, even though the figure still has a hole on his back, they don't have that in here. This neck piece is very tight around the neck. Trying to do this on camera might be a little difficult, but the idea... I'll do it off camera. The idea is basically, because it's so tight around the neck, it's going to pop right in there. There we go. And it actually stays in really nice. It doesn't want to wiggle around like certain capes do sometimes. Like, even if they're secure with that peg, they will wiggle around and fall off. This, though, the way that they've engineered it, very, very nice. I think they should do that with a lot of their other figures, too. I'll bring the cape back out in a little bit. So, the character is supposed to have the cape on, of course, so you get to see that. But first of all, this is a really nice head sculpt. Sorry, bumped the camera. Really nice sculpting going on where the mouth is. It almost looked like the lips are sewn together. Nice wrinkles going on in the face. The red eyes they pierce through really nice, I think. Some nice wrinkles in other places. The rest of it, though, when you get to this, the black here, it's just a smooth sculpt. So really, the only sculpting, there's even like a missing nose and whatnot. All that sculpting in the face is very nice, though. The rest of the figure, eventually I'm just going to not have a lot to talk about with Marvel Legends, because this is the reused body of the Sunfire, Spider-Man 2099, other Spider-Man figures that have used this body mold, PS4 Spider-Man, whatnot. Oh, man. It is a bit reused. I've said it a few times now, but I don't want to say it's on along the lines of like the Bucky Cat mold. It's kind of getting there. I still think it's a good body. I think it's better engineered, in my opinion, than the Bucky Cat mold. But when you get it once a wave, sometimes twice a wave, and you just see it every year with like 6 to 10 figures, it gets a little old. But I can appreciate what's already been here before, like sculpting of the muscles and whatnot. Everything is pretty much, it's not necessarily a pitch black. It's almost like a charcoal, not exactly, but definitely a brighter shade of black that they're using in the plastic here. There's the hole on the back, all these nice muscle areas. Of course, one thing that is unique with this figure is how they did the paint apps on the forearms. You can see right there. They're a little wavy, kind of like they look like fire a bit. Now these fists have also been reused from previous Marvel Legends figures. I do have Symbiote Spider-Man for a comparison, which may not be the best comparison right now because I'm kind of trying to juggle two action figures in one hand. The idea is, basically they are pretty much the same. They look like they're the same size. The hands on here might be a tiny bit bigger. If that was one thing I could change, but it's such a nitpick. It doesn't bug me, but if the hands were a tiny bit smaller, I think they would be proportioned nice. But they look fine as they are. There's the other arm. As you can see how his forearm looks with that white paint on there. And I believe it's molded in white, and then they it's actually, I can't tell what the color is molded in, because there's some brighter, almost gray, when it's mixed in with the black here, and it looks brighter, as you can see. So then we get down here, and the rest of it is very much same color, no paint, molded in this color. We've gotten this figure plenty of times before. Just, of course, the different molded plastic pieces and the head sculpt is really nice. Again, I have to pop on the head so you get to get another idea of just how the figure looks fully. And it's a pretty nice figure overall while I'm talking to you guys while I put this on camera, or off camera. There we go. I'm telling you, I would have done it on camera, but it would have taken much longer. This cape, I gotta gush over it again. I think they did a really good job with how the cape came out, So this thing does look really good. It's just, when I said basic earlier, it's because of its approach. The only paint apps are on the arms. Only unique parts are the cape that's included, as well as the head sculpt. Everything else is just a basic figure. Articulation is much better without the cape on, but that's how the motion looks when you have the head going up there. And down, not too bad. Of course, again, this motion is going to be better without the cape. Swivel here. You do have actually some butterfly joints. This one right here was stiff, but it still works. And then the arms going outward, they usually can go out a little bit farther than this, but they don't want to for some reason right now. I think the way that this part up here is sculpted. You can see that butterfly joint. Arms go all the way around. This cape kind of gets in the way of you trying to articulate it, but not by much. Upper arm swivel. You do get the double jointed elbows. Swivel at the wrist, as well as a hinge at the wrists for all sets of hands. Ab crunch. Can't really feel the crunch when you move it forward. Do have a waist twist. Legs go outward that much. Well, forward really. Outward like this. Splits are decent. Not really back at all. Upper thigh swivel. Double jointed knees. Do have a calf rotation here. Down pretty well. Up pretty well. And then we do have an ankle rocker. Peg holes at the bottom of feet. The works usually, with Marvel Legends. For quick size comparisons on the left, that is the new Symbiote Spider-Man from the Retro Collection. For Marvel Legends on the right, we have a basic Mando from Black Series right there. As you can see, Black Series are going to be shorter than Marvel Legends most of the time. Despair in the middle, because of the body mold, it's a little bit shorter than the newer body mold that they have, just for that Spider-Man there. So overall, like I said earlier, it's a pretty decent figure. I know I called it basic a couple times. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just what you see is what you get, man. We've You should know what to expect by now with a figure like this that uses this body mold. I mean, the new parts for the figure, like the cloak, the head sculpt, they're really nice. You do have the nice options for alternate hands and whatnot. A few paint apps, thrown in here and there, but overall, it's just a very basic mold for a character. Again, that unique head sculpt is really nice, though. The cape does get in the way of upper arm articulation a little bit, but it's not too bad. It does look pretty cool with the rest of my collection, but if you're picking and choosing your Marvel Legends, this may not be the most necessary purchase. It is required, to build a figure. It comes with a leg, so keep that in mind. If you want the build a figure, you're gonna need to get this one. But again, if you don't really care that much, you could probably pass on this. Thank you guys very much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment down below what you think about the figure, what you think about the review. Leave a like, share, mix with your friends. Follow me on Instagram for more content over there. I'll see you guys later.